God's influx of power requires devotion. Each one of you will have to surrender to me if he wants to draw strength from me. And the degree of his surrender now also determines the measure of strength which will flow to him. Your original relationship with me ensured a constant overflow of strength from me. You were so intimately united with me through the love which filled your whole being that my love constantly permeated you. Thus it also filled you with strength and light, and therefore you were immeasurably blissful. Nothing has changed as yet on my part, that is, I am just as willing to permeate you with my love as I once was, yet you changed your nature and became incapable of receiving my love. Or you resisted me and therefore my strength of love lost its effect. If you now give up your resistance, my love will become effective again. And giving up resistance means that you give yourselves to me in love again, as it was in the beginning. Your devotion to me consists of complete submission to my will. You were created with a free will which once let you fall and which shall also let you take the path to me again. This free will now determines your thoughts, intentions and actions. And due to your free will you feel like independent creatures who are in control of themselves, who can shape their earthly life according to their own discretion, and who therefore also often feel powerful enough to master their earthly life. But you should recognize that you are unable to do anything on your own. You should know that the strength was first given to you by me in the form of vitality, and you should further know that you can also use this vitality wrongly yourselves, but that one can also increase it for you without limit if all your will and thinking is directed towards this one. If you surrender to me as you are and entrust yourselves entirely to my guidance. If you let me want and think for you. Apparently this is a state of indifference towards your earthly existence which can also be interpreted by your fellow human beings as indifference towards your earthly duties. But I assure you that I will truly also let my angels, the beings of light, take care of these earthly duties for you, that everything will go according to plan once this heartfelt devotion to me has proceeded. Which also gives me the right to hand you and your earthly affairs over to those whose love will now become active for you because it is my will. Nothing shall burden you once you have re-established the right relationship between child and me in which you once stood. And no matter how everything approaches you now, it should not oppress you, but trustingly you should only hand it over to me. For the slightest rebellion against it is already an emergence of your own will again, which you should nevertheless unconditionally submit to me. Devotion to me takes place when you are able to completely detach yourselves from desires and cravings of all kinds. When your thoughts only ever apply to me, to your spiritual perfection and your service for me and my kingdom. But as long as you still pursue your own goals, as long as earthly desires fulfill you or you try to shape your life on your own authority, your will still goes its own way, it has not yet fully subordinated itself to mine, and therefore I cannot let my strength flow into it in full measure either. And then it will also feel the lack of strength in the decrease of vitality, because otherwise I will not completely win it over for myself during its short earthly lifetime. And thus you humans can judge for yourselves what degree of maturity you have already attained. Whether you feel powerless or completely permeated by my strength. You will only understand the latter once you have experienced this influx of strength from me. Once you have felt my closeness in such a way that all weakness falls away from you and you feel as if you have been reborn. Only then will you understand what I mean by surrender to me, and then you will praise and glorify me and thank me eternally that you were able to visibly experience my love, which, however, still has to hold back as long as the complete surrender to me has not yet taken place. Amen.